we need to talk about Survivor 49. Because what if the entire story we've been sold this season is a lie? What if the weird outcast of the tribe was, in fact, the most brilliant strategist on the beach? And what if the beloved spiritual guru was the game's most dangerous and effective predator? The rivalry between Sage and Shannon wasn't just petty drama. It was a complex psychological war fought over the very soul of the tribe. And in that war, one player used their own oddity as the perfect disarming weapon. You are about to see how Survivor editors, in conjunction with a brilliant player, crafted one of the most misleading and fascinating narratives in modern history. This video proves that Sage's weirdness was a clinical, strategic performance designed to dismantle Shannon's. By the end of this analysis, you will never watch the episode 6 Blindside, or that infamous no hug, the same way again. Let's set the stage. By episode 4, the battle lines were drawn. The tribe was split, and the edit presented us with two clear-cut archetypes. On one side, we have Shannon. The edit loved Shannon. We saw her leading sunrise yoga sessions. We saw her talking endlessly about tribe energy, vibrations, and authenticity. She was positioned as the strategic yet centered core of the majority alliance. She was the narrator we were meant to trust. When someone was emotional, Shannon was there with a comforting hand and a hero edit, backed by soft, uplifting music. She was, by all accounts, the protagonist. And then, there was Sage. The edit presented Sage as erratic, isolated, and kooky. We got a relentless stream of confessionals from other players calling her unpredictable, hard to read, or just out there. And of course, the show obsessed over her bizarre signature habits. We have to talk about the cloves. The production leaned hard into this. We saw repeated, almost comical close-ups of Sage hoarding cloves, sniffing them from her canteen, and guarding them like a dragon's treasure. It was the ultimate weird girl edit. This is a classic production technique. Visually tag a character with a harmless, strange quirk to define their entire personality for the audience. It's a visual shorthand that screams, "Don't take this one seriously. This is the entertainment. This is not the player." But the very first clue that something was deeply wrong with this narrative appears in episode 4, right after the immunity loss. We see a scene where Shannon is comforting a distraught tribe member. The music is soft, the camera is in close, a hallmark hero moment. But watch the background. In the far left of the frame, partially obscured by a palm frond, is Sage. She isn't crying. She isn't interacting. She is just watching. She is studying Shannon. The camera cuts to Shannon, who gives a confessional about tribe unity and holding space for her allies. Then we cut to Sage, and this is the key. Her confessional is jarringly different. She doesn't mention the cloves. She doesn't talk about being an outcast. She says, and I quote, "People listen to the loudest voice, not the truest one. Shannon is a performance, and I don't buy tickets to that kind of show." This is the first crack. The edit wants us to think this is just sour grapes from the weirdo on the bottom. But what if it's the only truly objective read in the entire episode? The editors left this in, a breadcrumb for later, to cover themselves. They were showing us very subtly that the weirdo was the only one paying attention. The clove edit wasn't just to make her look strange. It was to provide cover for the fact that she was a social assassin, hiding in plain sight. This is where we open the dossier. The weirdness wasn't a liability, it was armor. Sage's entire strategy was based on weaponizing the perception that others had of her. While Shannon was busy projecting an image of spiritual calm and collective good, Sage cultivated an image of harmless, chaotic eccentricity. Let's break down the evidence piece by piece. Exhibit A, the shark in Guru's clothing, Episode 5. This is the moment the rivalry becomes explicit. The editors frame this as Sage's paranoid breakdown. Remember the scene? Sage goes to a member of the majority trying to warn them about Shannon. The music here is critical. It's that slightly discordant, "This person is unstable" tune Survivor loves to use for its crazy edits. Sage delivers the line that defines the entire pre-merge. "You all see a guru. I see a shark in Guru's clothing. She's not here to align. She's here to feed." The person she's talking to, as expected, immediately goes to Shannon. The scene is framed as, "Look at what crazy Sage is saying now." And Shannon's reaction is perfectly performative. She doesn't get angry, she doesn't get defensive. She looks hurt. She gives a confessional, heavy with feigned disappointment, about how it's sad that Sage is projecting her own insecurity and darkness onto the tribe. It's brilliant. Shannon leverages the tribe's perception of Sage against her. Sage's 100% accurate read is dismissed as an emotional outburst from the Clove girl. But look closer at the scene. When Sage delivers that shark line, her eyes are perfectly steady. Her voice isn't frantic, it's cold. It's an assessment, not an accusation. The editors had to use the crazy music, because without it, the audience might have realized Sage was the only one telling the truth. The edit had to frame her as paranoid, because the alternative, that she was right, would have deflated Shannon's hero edit prematurely. Exhibit B, the strategic weirdness. Let's go back to the cloves, and the humming, and the way Sage would often sit just outside the circle at camp, observing. The online forums were convinced this was just her personality, but I propose it was a calculated social anesthetic. In a game like Survivor, the biggest threats are the ones who are quietly observant. Sage was visibly observant. By pairing her observation with weird behavior, she neutralized her own threat. People don't fear the weird girl. They pity her, they ignore her, or they're mildly amused by her. This allowed her to gather information completely undetected. Think about it. Shannon's entire game was social control. She managed emotions. She dictated the vibe of the camp. How do you counter a player like that? You can't out-vibe her, you can't out-spiritualize her, but you can be the one thing her performative game can't account for: authentic, unapologetic strangeness. Sage's behavior was a social blind spot for Shannon. Shannon's game was built to handle strategic threats, physical threats, and even emotional threats. It had no playbook for the weirdo who hoarded spices and hummed ancient tunes while staring into the fire. Sage made herself functionally invisible to Shannon's social radar. While Shannon was busy managing the big threats, Sage was a silent virus in her game, an error in her social code. Exhibit C, The Blindside, Episode 6. This is the climax. This is the payoff. The entire episode is built around Shannon's plan to split the vote, a complex and seemingly beautiful strategy. We, the audience, are led to believe the vote is between two pawns. Sage's name is not even mentioned in the strategic segment of the episode. She's a non-entity. The edit makes us believe she is completely powerless. We see Shannon's final pep talk to her alliance, full of "we are one," trust, and family language. It's the pinnacle of her guru persona. Then we go to Tribal Council, and the edit is still lying to us. The questions are all about the two pawn players. Sage is shown once, staring into the fire, as if she's not even present. The votes are read. Pawn 1, Pawn 2, Pawn 1. And then, Shannon. The camera immediately finds Sage. She has zero reaction. She is perfectly, clinically still. Shannon. The majority alliance is stunned. Shannon's face, for the first time all season, drops the performance. The mask is gone. She is furious. The guru is dead. Sixth person voted out, Shannon. Now watch Sage. As Shannon gets her torch, the edit shows a 3-second flashback. It's a needle scratch moment. We see Sage's shark in Guru's clothing line. The editors are finally admitting it. They are confessing to the audience that they misled us. They are showing us the Rosetta Stone to the entire pre-merge, validating Sage's paranoia as perception. But the real moment happens at the end. This is the part that defines the entire theory. This is the proof. Shannon, torch snuffed, turns to the tribe. She is trying to regain her composure, to put the guru mask back on for her exit. "I love you all. It was a beautiful journey," she says, forcing a smile. She makes eye contact with everyone, and they all stand up, as is tradition, to give their parting hugs. And then she looks at Sage, expecting the obligatory performative hug. Sage does not move. She doesn't stand up. She doesn't offer a hand. She doesn't say sorry or good game. She just stares. It's a no hug, a complete and total refusal of social norms. In the world of Survivor, this is a declaration of war. But here, it was something more. It was a refusal to participate in the performance. Shannon's entire game was built on performative, spiritual, social currency. A hug is part of that. It's the good game, no hard feelings lie that oils the social cogs of Survivor. It's the final performance. Sage's no hug was the final, devastating, and most brilliant move. It was the ultimate strategic statement. It said, I saw you from day one. I never bought your performance. And I will not participate in it now, even for your exit. I am the shark, not you. This singular act confirmed everything. It was cold, it was clinical, and it was genius. It proved that her weirdness was a facade, a tool to mask a ruthless, perceptive player who had just executed the season's biggest move, all while the editors and the other players were busy laughing at her for smelling cloves. So, what does this mean for the rest of Survivor 49? It means the editors have just played their biggest card. They revealed their hand. The Weird Girl edit was a deliberate, long-term misdirection designed to make the episode 6 Blindside one of the most shocking in recent memory. They successfully turned the season's strategic mastermind into a comedic side character for 6 straight episodes, only to reveal her true nature in the most dramatic way possible. The no hug wasn't just a personal snub, it was a narrative climax. It was the moment Sage's real character edit was revealed to the audience and the tribe. She wasn't the kooky outcast. She was the ice-cold assassin. This single act of refusing to perform the social ritual of a hug was the final piece of evidence. It proved her oddity was a choice. She wasn't strange because she couldn't help it. She was strange because it was the only rational defense against Shannon's overwhelming social performance. She used social discomfort as a shield, and that no hug was her final, perfect wielded weapon. The rest of the season is now completely redefined. We are no longer watching the story the editors wanted us to see in the pre-merge. We are now watching to see how the other players react, now that the guru is gone, and the shark they ignored is still in the water. The truth is, in Survivor, the game isn't just played on the beach. It's played in the editing bay. And in the battle of Sage versus Shannon, the weird edit was the most powerful strategic move of all. The editors aren't just telling a story. They are the most powerful player in the game, us.